is, let's make sure you're both in the camera here. Okay, we need the Charlie, this is the only thing. There you go, thanks. Okay, so I'll hide the camera here. There we go. It's like you're not even being recorded, except for this little green eye. So let's do the €500 situation first. So, Iñigo, if you had €500, where would you go?
Yeah, I was thinking I would go to Dublin.
Yeah.
Because I think there are cheap flights and it's a not so expensive city. So, yes.
Very good. And what would you do there? Give us a little overview of the trip.
Yeah, I would visit places. I like beer, so I would go to pubs because I like it, because there are a lot of music and the people sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the place where the people meet, and yeah, so I don't know.
It's a good environment, good vibe. Yeah. Would you go to the Guinness factory?
Yeah, I would go. Yeah.
Have you ever done it?
No, I went the last year.
Yeah.
But I didn't went, so the next time I will go.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Have you ever gone to the Guinness factory before?
No,
never.
I've never been.
I've heard that it's worth it. I've heard that it's like a great experience. I don't know. I've never been though. Oh, good. And what about, where would you stay?
I would go a hostel or a place which was close to the center. Cheap place.
Keep going. What would you eat? How would you get around?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a timer. You have to speak for at least a minute. Go.
The last year I went, so there are a lot of places that I didn't visit. So because the last year I went to classes in the morning, so I didn't have so much time to visit the city, and it was during the COVID, so I remember that the pubs closed at 8 o'clock, so you didn't have so much time to enjoy the city.
Yeah.
So, but I like it, and I would do a free tour to know the different places, the more important places, and then I like to walk, so I could walk around the city, close to the river, and take photos, and
very good.
Have some Guinness, and listen music.
Bye. You want me to close the... No, it's okay, I got it. You sure? Yeah, I'll be here for a while. Thank you though.
Bye.
Bye. And there are a lot of places where you can listen live music. So, yeah.
Very good. And okay, so Leire, one question for Iñigo.
You said that you've been there last year. For how many days?
The idea was, I think, maybe 8 or 9 days, but it was a COVID infection between the people, with the people where I was there, and I have to back early.
Go back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So there are a lot of things that I couldn't do it. So
it would be really cool to take a tour around Ireland. That's one of my bucket list items, is to get on a bus and go to the different places around the country. Wow. I think Ireland is amazing. Like, the history is so interesting to me. So.
Yeah, there are very natural places, very small towns with a lot of charm, and
Yeah, very good.
I couldn't go. I only visit places in Dublin, and I couldn't go to outside of Dublin.
Yeah, the city. It was kind of a different experience. So in COVID, traveling in COVID was just shitty. Yeah. Did you travel anywhere during COVID? And
Yes,
I mean that summer after.
In summer, to La Costa Brava.
Okay. Yeah.
Terrible with the mask.
Sweating with the mask. Oh my gosh.
So,
Remember that? Like I just remember that was the summer I went to Italy too, and I was sweating, and I had the mask, and like I couldn't breathe. I was feeling sorry for myself. I would say. Very good. Great job. Okay, so you would go, if you had 500 euros, you would go to Dublin, and who would you go with? I didn't hear that part.
I do go by plane.
Would you go with someone, or would you go
Yeah, maybe with my friends.
Very good.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to go with friends.
And do you realistically think you can go there for 500 euros, or maybe a bit more?
Now?
Yeah, because you're giving me ideas. Maybe it's a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe for a long weekend.
Yeah.
Or maybe 4 days, 5.
Okay.
If you stay only in Dublin, and if you go to a cheap hostel in the center,
Fair.
yeah, it could be. I think, yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Okay, Leire, are you ready?
Okay.
If you had 500 euros, where would you go?
In my case, I would go to to Granada. Because I think that the budget is very low.
Good.
And I think that nowadays with 500 euros it's very hard to catch a plane, pay the hotel and stay there for more than 2 days, for example. So I decide that to go to Granada. That is a city that I didn't know before.
I've never
been to.
Good.
And I think that if the budget is higher, I would go by plane. But with 500 euros, I would go by car.
Good.
And maybe BlaBlaCar or and then I would stay in an Airbnb. That is a cheap option to stay in the cities. Because I think that the place to stay is not important. It's important to be clean but it doesn't matter for me to pay less. Yes, and to have the money to spend in other things. How are you moving around the city? By public transport, and I think that Granada is not too big, so I think that I could do everything. Walking. Yes.
Does Granada have a lot of hills or not?
Yeah, there are a neighborhood who is in
with
a
hill. Yeah. Okay. I've never been there, but I've heard it's really cool.
Yes.
But you've been there, you said.
No.
Never.
No. I've never been there.
Okay.
So that's why I choose this city. This city that I is always in my mind.
Yeah, we say in the front of my mind.
In the front of my mind. That I didn't have the chance to go.
Yeah, I guess, I'm sorry, you did say that, because I literally wrote this down. I've never been there. Oh, it's been a long day. Good. So, I want you to speak for 1 more minute now.
Okay. I would go with my friends, because I think that is a city, a good city to go there by friends. With friends, sorry.
Good.
And what will you do there? The first thing that I like to do when I arrive to a city is to, as Albert said, Iñigo.
It's okay.
Iñigo said, is to do a free tour, because I think that it's important to know where you are and to situate in the city.
In the city, yeah.
And then the other days you choose where to go. And then obviously to know the Alhambra, to visit the Alhambra, and visit the city, eat a lot of ham.
Ham, good.
Ham.
You got it. That was a good guess.
And drink wine.
Nice.
Yes. And I will go there for 4 days.
And both of you, when would you go? Like, what time of the year would you go? Spring and summer?
Spring.
Yeah. For example?
I think that in May. Yes, no? In
May. Good. Excellent.
In May.
Good job.
I think it could be cool go to Dublin in the Christmas.
For Christmas.
Nice. Or, for example.
Very, very good. So, in winter. Nice. Good job. Okay, so now what I want you to do, I want you to have a conversation, both of you, for 2 minutes about these places. Could be a story, whatever happens organically.
What places?
Dublin and Granada. So, have you ever been there? I've heard this once or something.
Yeah, I have been, I think, 3 times in Granada, and I recommend you, if you go to Alhambra, go with a guide, because they explain you all the history of the place, and you can learn a lot, because the place is beautiful, but if you know the story, it's better. And then a lot of people goes to tapas bar, where you ask order a drink, and then they give you.
They give you like a lot of food, right?
Yeah. So there are places with if you only order drinks, you can.
You can get full.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so,
great.
Yeah, if you ask between the people of the place, they could recommend you. There are a lot of Arabic restaurants that are nice, because there are a lot of influence of Arabic culture. So
Very good.
I think it's the coolest thing.
Very good.
And you think that 4 days is?
Yeah, it could be enough. The problem is if you go by car, maybe you have to do a stop in between, or I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
So
How many hours does it take?
Maybe
8 hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
8
wow.
or more.
Okay. So where would you normally stop? Like Madrid or somewhere?
Yeah.
How many hours is Granada from Madrid? 3, 4?
Yes. 3.5.
For example, the last time we stopped in Toledo.
Oh,
For example.
nice.
You can visit because a small city, and you can do another free tour or visit the place.
What is there to see in Toledo? I've heard it's amazing, but I've never been there. It's like super historic. They have a lot of things.
I've been there once because I lived in Madrid for 3 years.
3 weeks. I'm like, oh, perfect.
3 years. So I visit a lot of cities around Madrid, but I prefer Segovia than Toledo.
And why?
I don't know. For me, maybe because I visit with a friend of mine that is from there,
Good.
from Segovia.
Excellent.
Maybe, and
That would help, right?
And we eat cochinillo, and
very
maybe that's the reason.
Right.
Yeah, because Toledo is beautiful too, but I don't know why I prefer Segovia.
Very good. Yeah, I really want to rent a car and explore this year a bit. To be honest, I haven't been many places in Spain in general. I've been all around the Basque Country, but never in like in Spain. I don't know. Like I feel like the image we have of Spain is Andalusia.
Deep Spain, no?
Deep Spain, exactly.
You only need two things: money and time.
Exactly. Yeah, two things that I don't have.
That happens to me too.
Very good. Very good. Okay, any last comments about this? About the activity, traveling? Do you want to say anything to your future selves?
Do you like to have all things organized, or do you like to go places?
No, I'm fluid person. Yeah, because for example, this summer I went with my friends to Bali, and one of my friends is very organized. She has a schedule of the day. We have to do this. I wanted to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's better, see less things, but enjoy
the moment.
Yeah. Man, we could all travel together. I have my friend who I went to New York with is exactly the same. It was like every minute of the day, and I just exploded. We were in Central Park and I exploded. And I said, "Well, you can go see this. I'm going to stay here and enjoy and eat my sandwich." And I was hungry, cold, and tired. And I said, "No more."
Yeah, because sometimes it's go to a place, take a photo, go to another, and you don't enjoy it.
Or even if it's more than just taking photos, like to go and see the thing, that's great. But I think it's better to see less and to enjoy what you see, right? So, but in Bali, for example, where were you?
In Bali, in Old Bali, and then in 2 islands.
Very good. And how long were you there?
2 weeks and a half.
Okay. 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah. But not long enough to do everything just calmly and apparently no.
We I don't know how to say. We do a lot of things once which I want, other which she wants, and sometimes we angry and
You're fighting.
We said this afternoon for us. So
yeah, very good. I think it's like sometimes you need to.
Yes, because 2 weeks and a half.
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks is a lot of time.
Yeah, to be with anyone, right?
Sometimes it's so intense, no?
Yes.
Be with
because
the same people all the
it's
time.
24 hours.
Non-stop.
We sleep in the same room, so it's very intense.
Yeah. And are you good about communicating when you're upset, or do you kind of just go?
Because
I'm not.
We are friends, and we are still friends now.
Good.
But we know that we can't do this type of trip.
For 2 weeks. Yeah, it's a long time.
Maybe a weekend or...
Yeah. Okay. Very good. What about you, Iñigo? When you travel with someone for a long time, are you good about telling them, "Hey, I need my time"? Putting boundaries.
For example, the last time, I had moments that I went to my room and I stay alone
and it was okay.
Yeah, I prefer to have moments for me to disconnect,
Just to breathe,
relax, and
yeah.
because
can be overwhelming, right?
Yes. Sometimes. Yeah.
Very, very good, you guys. Nice job with the video. Let's see. I'll stop the recording.